So good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more PSGL action here, this time on a Sunday night for PSGL F4. People who don't know who I am PSGL F1 driver. Little blocks should know who I am, and now as I've been commentating for almost 2 years in PSGL, so let's hope it can continue for a lot longer. I will be joined by Big C anytime soon, but for now you just have to deal with me. We are at Circuit Paul Ricard in France. Recently came back onto the F1 calendar in 2018, held one race in the season 21 season of PSGL. But now we're back here season 23 to see what drivers can do. Currently we have 9 people in the lobby, which is very worrying with 4 minutes to go. Hopefully numbers do rise, and hopefully they provide a good race for us. Multiple strategies you can do around here, such as soft, hard, soft, medium, medium, hard, hard, medium. There's so many ways you can do it. It's going to be an interesting one to see what people do. I can expect Sophie to go medium soft, as she is very good on her tyres. Unlucky to say, hey little, yeah, I'm going to put that behind me. I'm going to focus on PSGL and don't want to focus on that. Not try to be as positive as I can during this stream. Hopefully you all do enjoy. If you have any questions for me, feel free to ask, and I'm sure I can answer them. Just sending out the tweet or the link for the stream up in the chat, and then I will get the standings up for everyone in this division. Just bear with me just a minute. Also, if you don't know, championship leader Schweb Savard is not going to be here for today's race, so it's going to be unfortunate for him, but it's unlikely that he will come out back in the lead. So I'm sending the messages out now, or the links out now. F1 chat. Anyone else? Nope, that is it. So links are out. Hopefully you do enjoy. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel. We've got 13 here at the moment. Big C will be joining any minute now. I'm just going to invite him to the lobby. Just make sure he has an invite. So Big C does have an invite, and I will have the standings up for you any minute, or not any minute now, any second now. Just typing in the F4 page on Twitter, so it should be there soon. Here we are. Let me drop that quick follows, and now the commentator. So the top 10 after Canada was Schweb Safar top on 50 points, second Taze Leroy on 38, third Powdy on 31, fourth Sophie on 21, fifth Lars on 14, 6th Sexa on 13, 7th Ferrari Guy on 13, 8th Phoenix on 12, 9th Dreve on 12, and round out the top 10, little Romanino on 11 points. And look who we have joining us, it's Big C.
Yep, good evening everyone, back again, Little C, the dream commentary duo. So yeah, I'm excited to, a fuller grid tonight in F4, and F4 certainly been quite action-packed in recent races.
Indeed, I just mentioned before you join that championship leader Schweb Safar won't be here for 2 weeks due to a holiday, so this is time for his competitors such as Powdy and Leroy to pounce and gain some points back and possibly take the lead in the championship. 20 points is easily doable for those two drivers to gain on Schweb Safar. Well, Leroy's got to gain 12 and Powdy's got to gain 20. He can do it. What do you think, Connor?
Yeah, definitely. It's all open. I think Powdy just needs to get his head down, get more experience, get more focus. The man has quality, but he's just been in the wars. Too many incidents for Powdy, and obviously Leroy as well. Only 11 years of age. I won't worry about it. He's definitely got the speed, but has he got what it takes to win a championship? As we saw in F6, obviously last season, he sort of wavered when the pressure was mounting.
Yeah, indeed. Well, just to give you a penalty update on the penalty situation. For this race, Powdy does in fact have a 10-second time penalty added to this race time due to having a collision with Rebe at Canada, So that's going to put him down a bit. And CPI Ferrari guy also has a quali ban for blocking Lars on his quali lap last week out, breaking his wheel. So that's gonna hurt their races.
Yep, certainly will. Certainly will. So I'll just get the stream up on my phone so I can see what's going on. Where is it? F4, there we go. So who's in the chat? Yeah, good evening to Joe Cowboy, Leon Rapid, bit of J-Kitex as well. So, you know, sort of big names in the chat as you were watching Lickle C. But yeah, a very hot day. And I'm glad we're not really racing today, and hopefully it's a bit cooler tomorrow. But it's 30 degrees tomorrow according to my weather app, so maybe not.
Well, luckily for you, you haven't had a race today. I have, and it was hot getting through that. Very hot.
Yes, a very traumatic ending for yourself.
No, we won't mention that. We'll keep that out. Be professional. Be, what's the word? Enthusiastic for what we have currently on our screen. It's 28 where I am, 32 tomorrow where I am. So it's gonna be terrible.
Yeah. And so I don't like to speak about different leagues, but have you seen Liam Yo's tweets?
No, I haven't. I haven't look.
Well, have a little look.
Liam Yo. You can do what you want whilst I read through these.
Yeah, so I'll just get the stream chat up. Hello everyone. Hot weather equals pad advantage, and yeah, I have to agree to be honest, especially if you've got short hair as well. The pad and short hair combo is what you want. So yeah, 14 drivers in F4, obviously a few holidays for a few people, obviously some people enjoying the warm weather. So yeah, France, the Paul Ricard, Le Castellet, the strategy, all up for grabs. You can do soft to hards, softs to mediums. You can even do mediums to hards, or even mediums to softs. There's that many strategy options. But what is the best strategy option? We will soon find out. But yeah, 15 drivers, I think it's a good effort considering how some of the leagues have been looking tonight. Only 10 in F5 I've heard, which is, I don't know how that happens, but
I would have cancelled if I was them.
I'll have to do a thorough review of all the leagues soon, because I don't understand how the turnout's going to be this consistently poor, to be honest. But it looks like we are lighting up as we head into the 80-minute qualifying session here at the Paul Ricard circuit.
Yeah, well, I'm about to speak, I've gone out of my mind completely. I can't remember what I was going to say, but yeah, load of strategies.
Yeah, thanks. So yeah, Ponton strategies, and it's a big day. No Shoaib Zafar, so we're going to have a different winner, perhaps, to what we're used to. Or will it be just Leroy, the young sensation? Not even a teenager yet. The sensation. Not even a teenage sensation, the pre-teenage sensation. Whatever you want to call that young Irishman. And yeah,
he's got a bright future ahead of him. If he could keep going, definitely could win championships. It's got a long time to 11 years of age to be contesting for what seems to be like 2 seasons in a row for a championship. It's quite mental. Never did that at 11. I was about, how can I put it, about 10 AI difficulty on this time at my age there. Got loads of time to improve.
Yeah, I do agree. Let's see how many are in F3. 13 F3. No idea. Well, I think we have a couple of spots in F3, but regardless, let's just focus on F4.
Yeah, I think next season, as you said, thorough reviews will be going into those divisions.
Yeah,
Which league will make the cut?
Yeah, maybe we can just have lots of reserves for leagues, perhaps. You know, I don't know what the drivers like. I don't know if drivers mind facing on 15 car grids, like 15 to 13. Like, I don't know what the drivers think. But it's not a good look on the streams, is what the only thing I'd say. You got 10 or less than 15, sort of not great.
Indeed, well, I think first car could be out. Oh, no way. Great, I've got engine
What?
glitch.
Yeah, so have I, but I'm not streaming.
I'm
Come
gonna,
back.
yeah, I'll just quit and get, rejoin for another invite.
Taste of the atmosphere. You know, we've got a 12 on track. We've also got the Mercedes-Benz of Jack Tyler 46 in the Silver Arrows car. Just an amazing vehicle. Stunning. Got number 46, obviously. Valentino Rossi's number.
Soon to be Tyler's number. That's what it's going to be known as. Once Rossi retires, it's going to go to Tyler. That's what it should be remembered by. Then I got it number 46 for him. Well, I'm just loading back into the lobby now. I've got my Monster Energy ready next to me.
Yeah, that's what you need. I need to get some water at some point, but I'll do that in a bit.
Might as
I
well
was just
go
doing a bit of
now.
Monaco practice for RD.
You might as well go now and no one's on the lap.
Yeah, alright, I'll do it. I'll see to message the director's chat. 13 F. How many do we have in F6?
F6 we had 13.
Yeah, 13 in F6 as well.
15 F4, 10 F5, and 13 was it F3? Anyway, I'm gonna watch Jack Tyler. I'm just gonna get the tire telemetry up. The one that got fitted, enabled. Alright, so Jack Tyler will be the first car to start up this track. Is very easy to get invalid. Jack Tyler rage quit last week due to the amount of penalties, so hopefully we don't see that again. But hold on, just had to mute my mic there to just get something out of my system. Anyways, got a bit of traffic coming through. Turn 1, Lordy, okay. Oh, that was close. I'm not sure if that could have put Jack off a little. Luckily, he's only on the hard tyres, but this pit lane literally leads you right into the break in the turn 1. And I don't know, I feel like France should just make it where you just come out, just go across turn 1 and come out turn 2. I think that'd be the more sensible option from them rather than this. But Jackson's at 25.5 first sector, and maybe with a little distraction of Lordy, that could have put him off. But he's opening the DRS, and what I do believe, I'll get the corner name up. I'm just going to get the France track up on my phone, so I can try and clear a few corner names here and there. But anyway, Jack Tyler coming into the fast right-hander. Plenty of overtaking went on here last week or last night, side by side, heading into what is the toughest corner on this track. A long looping right-hander, very easy to run wide there, go offline. And if you go onto the blue parts on the outside, expect your car to lose all grip, because that's where you do not want it to be. But Jack Tyler's that has looked relatively clean so far, and comes into the penultimate corner, also where the new pit lane is. A bit of understeer there from Jack as he comes into the final corner now. And now the shortest run up to the line, opening the DRS. It is going to be a 1:32.4 from Jack, so not too bad from him. What about TNR Zexa? Phoenix goes fast as about 6/10. TNR Zexa, Sondre Bottlehawk, he's got the name as. Comes into long loop and right-hander. We saw a fantastic move around the outside last night. Here's Throme. Sets a 31 dead on soft. Don't know what that pace is like. It's all, oh god. Sorry about that. As Zexa comes into the penultimate corner, I was saying if that strong time from Throme, I don't think it is. I think he's got time to improve, only 7/10 to Taze Leroy, so let's see. Zex is going to give us an idea. Zex goes fastest by 4/10 of a second, almost 5/10. So it just shows that it weren't the strongest laps. Who else is on one? Nino. He backed off. I think he's going now. So let's ride on board with the new driver to F4. Didn't race last week. Race in Spain was 2 seconds quicker than his cars in front of him once he was drying up from the engine to the dry tyres. To see what he could do now. Coming to the tight, twisty part of sector 1. Can take a lot of curb here to gain the most amount of time. He's going to get a nice little slipstream from Blue Mosquito and the Renault up ahead. And he's a 10th and a bit up. Blue does get out the way, so he won't be getting the slipstream. Nino got a good run through there now. onto one of the major overtaking points in this track. People were complaining when this track was added to the calendar that it had a chicane and should have gone straight on, but it did provide most of the overtaking. I will assume it'll provide a lot of overtaking here today. So he comes out off the chicane there, looked pretty, what's the word, from passive from Nino there, didn't attack it. He's actually 10 seconds up on his times. He comes into fast, flat right-hander in these modern day cars, and out into long looping right-hander. What a shot that is in broadcast cam. Is that big C back out here?
Yeah, I was looking at the times. Very strong up there from Leroy. I mean, I think that's the sort of hard lap time we'd be doing.
You don't need to reveal that information. But anyway, Nino comes into a penultimate corner now. Expect this to be on pole. Runs a bit deep. Gonna run to like, can he stick it on pole? My god, he's smashed it.
Very good lap. Very good lap there from Nino. It was an F6 a few weeks ago, but now he's on provisional pole position by a whopping 6 tenths. As there's a lot of yellow flags going on there, Edward. It's Taze Leroy. Struggling on the hard tyres.
He's half a tenth up as well, so he's gonna be kicking himself. Oh, never mind, Drake's with him. So Lordy MK in the house. He's in none, so he ain't pushing. Who else is pushing? No one. No one.
No one, really. No, I'm seeing everyone in none. Literally everyone's in none.
So disappointing that is. Who's the close one to start lap? Joseph Corboy. TMC Corboy. The racing.
Yeah, a top driver. A top quality driver. I know he's been injured in recent weeks with his finger, then he's been playing a bit too much football, but this man, you know, he's got a lot of quality, and I think he'll be right up there today in the Racing Point. Takes a nice apex at turn 1. Obviously these hard tyres, very tricky to drive, easy to lose the car. And yeah, Jay did point out that Leroy's TT was at 28.9, so yeah, very strong. I do believe ABS is very strong around this circuit, so I'm not surprised to see a lot of the leagues closing up in terms of pace around here, which is not too much. So I will still credit where it's due. Yeah, 31.7 hard is a very, very strong effort, and I think it'll be right up there with a lot of the midfield F1 drivers tomorrow. So yeah, who we're on board with?
Corboy. Currently about 4 tenths down on Leroy's first sector. I'm just going to see his middle sector. He's got Mercedes catching behind us. Who's that? Who is it? Ferrari guy. Don't want to get in his way. The man who's got a quality band. We can't need to do his out lap. I'm just going to check his sector time there. 25.4, 28.1 compared to 25 dead, 27.9. So that's 6 tenths down on Leroy.
Yeah, but I mean, if he gets around Jack Tyler pace, around Karuru, it's going to be a decent effort. But yeah, I mean, he's already done 32.4 himself, so yeah, he's not really improving too much, and decides to pit, which is understandable. So Lordy is pushing Bickle in the final part of the lap. Lordy boy really struggling this season, isn't he, for points. His pace has been quite reasonable, but points is just not what he's been getting.
Yeah, the consistency, it needs to build. And once he builds the consistency, I reckon he'll be alright as a driver. But anyway, let's see what he's going to do. For a time, it's going to be a 1:32.4, and he goes ahead of Jack Tyler, Corboy, Lars and Sophie. So not too bad from him.
No, it's a reasonable lot there from Lordy. Not too bad. You've got probably a few more tenths to be around the Powdy Phoenix space, but he's still learning those manual gears. As we've got a few more guys out on soft tyres, like yourself, Zexa. Flying Foam started his time lap as well, so the soft tyres are being used, which is good to see, which always makes the strategies very interesting when you see the softest tyres being deployed, as Foam does run slightly wide there. I'll check if it's invalidated. Oh, it looks fine, so far so good from Flying Foam. Yeah,
well, I was just saying earlier on in the stream, you can really ride these inside curves here. It gains you a lot of time. 25 dead, and interestingly, you know what, Connor? That's slower than Leroy's PB on the hard. Sorry.
Yeah, not what you want. Wow. I think compared to Leroy, his first sector was very strong on the hards. I don't know how he did that, to be honest.
Yeah, it looked a bit of shady turn 1 and 2 from Foam, so I imagine there's a lot of time. But it's fair, top 3 is separated by a second. That is a fantastic effort from Nino, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. So Foam, is he finding time in the middle sector? No. A shoddy lap from Flying Foam. It says yellow flags in sector 2, and there's a few people backing up. Likes of Sophie backing up, giving each other lots of room, which is what you want to see.
Yeah, well, I was just saying earlier on in the stream about Sophie. Sophie, expect her to go medium soft or soft medium. She
Oh, yeah,
Chrome.
Chrome a little bit greedy on the flop there. Very easy to lose the car, so he'll be backing up into the pit lane. It's Blue Mosquito is on. It's Blue Mosquito, Zexa, and Jack Tyler all on laps. So plenty of choices. Liverpool.
Where is Jack? Right, you know what? I'll watch Blue Mosquito and then I'll go back to Jack. It's hard, as I say, it's hard doing this spectator menu when you don't have a D-pad that works, unfortunately. So.
Oh. Definitely need to ask Sansa for a new controller. I think Blue Mosquito is 2 cents down in the middle sector, so yeah, Blue Mosquito not finding time on the soft tyres, but he should be able to get a good last sector in, hopefully, because on his other lap he did invalidate. So what did Nino do? Yeah, Nino's lap was very aggressive, to be honest. Really strong lap. I don't think anyone's going to be getting too close to that. Maybe Leroy could, but I don't think Leroy's going to be opting for that tyres pro guy who had a qualifying. It's out.
Yeah, I'm blue pits. Zexa, 7 seconds down. Nino starting that. Honestly, I see Nino doing a Jake attack, to be honest. I feel like
F1.
Not now, but you know, go to F2. I reckon in a few seasons he'll be able to challenge for the championship. He's improving quite a lot.
Yeah, let's see what Jack Tyler can do around the final corner. Nino's about to start his lap just ahead, but yeah, what can Jack Tyler do on the soft tyres? Jack Tyler's going to be close, I think. Not close enough though, 6 tenths shy. And you know, Jack Tyler with a good effort, but Nino's benchmark, stunning. I think we should ride on board with him.
Yeah, I am on board with him, and he's got invalid.
Oh no.
Thank you. Thanks, Nino.
Thank you, Nino. A lot of people pitting. Lars out the final corner, looks the next man to set a lap time on the soft tyres. Really a poor effort, I think. Yeah, a 31.3 on softs. Disappointing there for Lars.
Howdy
on the hards? No. Can't improve. Who did he improve? Sorry.
Yeah.
He improved something.
Didn't go up anywhere, so really didn't make a difference. If I was Powdy, I would have just boxed in. 5 minutes to go in the session. Kind of dead at the moment. No one's on a lap. We've got Nino currently sitting on pole by what's his like about 5 and a bit tenths to Zexa. Really impressive from him. I'll just get up. Yeah, 5 and 23.
Was getting up the F3 times, and the pole position was a 29.7 from Uki Azim. So, you know, Nino is really in the ballpark. Brett did a 30.0, then it was Nexus and Ebro on a 30.6 on the medium. So, looking at those times, I think Nino would be right at home. And yeah, I think we'd be right at home in F3 around most tracks. Maybe not Australia for yourself.
Yeah. Practice is needed. A lot of practice is needed. That's what I've got to say. Washed up LR driver here, JP Commas.
Oh, Jack Tyler! What's he doing? He nearly missed the pit lane.
Oh, what did he do? Did he?
I don't know if he just missed it or lost it, but a bit embarrassing there for young Jack Tyler.
Yeah. Oh Lord, he just absolutely shafted him. As a league admin, you don't really want to be encouraging that. We'll just watch.
Yep. And we got JP TV in the chat, formerly known as LR Speedwood.
LR Sackedwood, as I like to call him. LR Sackedwood.
Exactly. So, as my buttons aren't working too good, I'm already on a laps at the minute.
Going back to the buttons, Connor, priorities have had to be made, such as FIFA. That has to come first, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I've just got to play with a botched controller. We got no one on a lap at the minute. Everyone settling, getting ready for the final rush. The final rush of cars. We've got mediums for Leroy and Phoenix, Powley, Jaruru. Lordy's out on softs, as is Blue Mosquito, and obviously we'll see the top 5 out again on a set of soft tyres. So a nice even split really between the medium and soft tyre.
Yeah, interestingly, Dre's out on the hard tyres. I'm watching down in 50.
Yeah.
Got nothing to lose, has he?
I think he just wants a bit of running. Start outside the top 10, get a fresh set of boots on. Just enjoy his day. Enjoy the occasion. It's what Steve Bruce said in the press conference, then he won. So you just don't know what's going to happen. But I don't know who we're going to ride on board with for the first lap. I think Lordy, maybe? Where's it? No, Lordy's in the garage, actually, so I'm not too sure who we're going to be watching.
Yeah, I'm on board with Dre. As Dre, I think, cut the final penultimate corner. That could be next lap and Valley, possibly. I don't know, but
maybe not.
Dre come down into town when he's got a Renault behind a blue Mosquito, so I'll be ready to switch to him and just get it up on the menu ready so I can go to him. Looked alright from Dre. What's his first sector? He'd be aiming for about a low 25 on these tyres.
Yeah, he will. But yeah, these hard tyres, it's a very rock hard tyre. Very hard to get the grip in these low speed traction zones, and he's really struggling with understeer. But yeah, it's 25.7.
Not a good first sector from him. He's not pushing. He's on 2 RS. So you know what? I'll go to Blue Mosquito.
Yeah, 24.8 from Blue in the first sector. So yeah, Blue Mosquito 2 tenths up on his PB. The track is ramping up. The soft tyres are on the top 5 and Blue Mosquito. So we're going to be expecting some mega lap times for the likes of Nino, and maybe Zexa could light up, or maybe even Leroy, who will be looking to get in the 30s on the mediums, I think.
Yeah, well, Blue now is 3 tenths up, so that currently just pushing up 1 position ahead of Leroy. See what he can do. Leroy, if he gets in Valley, he don't want to be starting on those hards. He will drop back at the start just due to how cold those tyres will be. It will take him up 3 or 4 laps to get them fully into optimal working range. So it's crucial he gets this lap ready, fired up right, and don't get invalids.
Yeah, I do agree. As we saw with JT, Gerald ZZ yesterday, starting on the hards isn't the way to go. Start on the mediums and go to the softs, or maybe go the other way around. So yeah, what can Blue Mosquito do through the final corner? He's out of hers. You have to manage your hers a little bit. Bit scruffy there, little I thought from Blue Mosquito, but he's got his DRS wide open. Can he improve? Yeah, 4th on 30.9.
Oh, so Nino's killed himself.
Yeah, too far. I think his lap will be good enough regardless. Yeah, Leroy 3 tenths up in the first sector.
Leroy.
Phoenix is 6 tenths up on his lap.
Oh, so you say Phoenix 6 tenths up? Leroy's only 2 tenths.
6 tenths up.
Oh, 6 tenths, yeah. 6 tenths, yep. Leroy now. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, so they're quite even. They're quite even. Phoenix will be first. Phoenix is further in his lap.
Battle of the final sector. Who's going to come out on top?
Very smooth, very precise. So what can Phoenix do on the medium tyre? And it's 30.8. Good lap there from Phoenix. But it's going to be Leroy next. The Chrome is 31.0. Quite disappointing there for Promise. Sophie session is done down in 30. She'll be doing a reverse strategy to get that fastest lap point as usual. But what can Leroy do? The youngest race winner ever in PSGL history. What can he do on the medium tyres for McLaren Renault? Can he put it on the front row of the grid? Oh my goodness, what a lap!
That's quicker than us, Connor.
Yeah, that's quicker than F1 midfield drivers. So what a lap there from Taze Leroy at 30.4 on the medium tyres. Stunning. Jack Tyler does a 30.5. Who's next? Zexa's 2 tenths up.
Yeah. Oh, terrible final corner. On the run to the line. It's not going to be pole, but it's going to be P2 on the grid. Front row for DNR Zexa. Who else is on 1?
Lars is 2 tenths up. Giroux 10th. Lordy. It's Lordy and who else?
Giroux.
Someone else, but I forgot. Yeah, Giroux.
Lordy on mediums, interestingly. How far up is he? He's got to gain 9 tenths. No, 1.1 to get into the top 10. I think it's going to be a bit of a...
Yeah, and he's only 4 tenths up. But the last sector is where you can find a lot of time on a press boot. So what can Corboy do? Corboy goes 9th on a 31.1. Not bad from Corboy. I think Lordy will probably benefit from starting 11th. But let's see what can Lordy can do in the Haas Ferrari. Can he put it in the top 10? No, P12.
He'll be disappointed. I don't know. Will he be disappointed with that? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, you know, I don't think there's much more he could have done. Maybe P10 max, but you know, very competitive effort. You know, sling that from Nino and Leroy as well. Very, very strong.
Yeah. Well,
as I've got my engine sound back at long last.
Yeah, I don't think people wanted to hear 18 minutes of pure silence on my end, so you know what, we had to sort it. But anyway, here's your grid. We have Nino on pole and the soft spike dead. What a time for him. 2nd, Zexa. 3rd, Taze Leroy on the mediums, so also a standout in qualifying. 4th, Jack Tyler. Oh, sorry. 5th, SSR Phoenix. 6th, Powdy. 7th, Blue Mosquito. 8th, Lars. 9th, Flying Throne. Disappointing from him. And round out the top 10, TMC Corway on the mediums. And 11th, we've got Jaruri. 12th, Lordy. 13th F1 Sophie, and 14th Dreve, with CPI Ferrari guy not participating in qualifying due to a qualifying ban in 15th. Oh, that was qualifying over. See a bit of petulance going on in chat. I just want to read it quickly while nothing's happening. Ooh, looks quite dark, Connor. Clouds don't look good.
It doesn't look good. Maybe it's just a bit of overcast conditions, but let's see. It's going to be an interesting race to see what Nino can do and what Leroy chooses to do. Would he go for medium to hard, or would he go for the medium to soft strategy? I think Leroy is in the best position to win this race, but Nino, if he can get away and Leroy gets a bit held up, it could be, you know, a battle between two of the youngest drivers, two of the hottest prospects in PSG at the minute, Nino and Taze. And also they are good friends as well, so that's quite nice as well.
Friends can come together, Connor.
Yeah, as we saw earlier.
Yeah, well, I say medium's the best size to start on around. It's due to the fact that if you can't go to the softs, pit for hards. If you can go to the softs, you're leaving yourself with two good strategies to go for. Whereas softs, you don't know if you can stretch mediums to the end, or whether it's just safer to go hard. So maybe medium could be the better tire to start on, Connor. I'm just not too sure.
Yeah, well, we'll soon find out. From my brief testing, the softs are quite easy to overheat, so if you can do it at the end of the race, less fuel, you know, it's just a bit easier to manage them a bit compared to, you know, you'd be on softs while they'll be on hards, so you've got about a 2-second advantage. But obviously the hard's very consistent, and you know they're not going to wear. But interesting enough, the medium and hard tyres are very similar tyre wear, like 2 laps difference on 100% race distance, so you know, it is very tight on tyre wear, which isn't really the case around other tracks.
Yeah, if it's scaled properly, I'd say maybe about 4 laps difference between 50%, but I don't know if it's scaled compared to from 50% to 100%. Interestingly, Jack Tyler dropping down to the back for some reason. I don't know why he's doing this, but maybe has he lagged out? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think he has.
Yeah. I don't know. I think JP's crying about some Jade text now taking him out a year ago. So it's gone from Aaron Collingwood to Jade text.
He likes beefing with people with similar starts to their name or end to their name. JP, Aaron Collingwood, JP Greenwood. It's just petulant. I'm sick of seeing it every stream doing.
I do agree. Some people just live for it in this hot weather. But in terms of tyres, it is mediums for Drew, Lordy, Dre, and Ferrari guy. Well, it's hard. But Sophie Saturday will be the favourite to get that fastest lap, I think.
Yeah, we got Neon saying he took the mediums longer than the hards. Interesting. But towards the end of the stint, we both saw last night, Connor. He was drifting all over the place. It cost him time.
Yeah, he did, but it did work out in the end. But it just depends on circumstance. Can Leroy stick or even overtake the soft ones? Obviously, Nino is on a pad, so managing your tyre temperatures is quite more difficult compared to the wheel users. So there's always that factor as well. But let's see what happens. Strategy variation is what we want, and we've got it here, and we've got it in Canada.
Yeah, well, Connor, normal procedure. I'm going to ask you to watch the back, whereas the front. The marshals are waving yellow flags, hopefully green. The lights are coming on. Here in France, it's 4, it's 5. It's lights out, and away we go. It's a good start from Nino. Zexa challenging, is he? No, he's not. Nino looks like he's going to have a clean run into turn 1. Zexa could be getting swamped. It's not a good start from him. Jack Tyler up to 3rd. Leroy dropped to 4th. Jack Tyler down the inside. He's up to 2nd. Briefly, side by side with Zexa. Can he hold it on the outside? He can. Jack Tyler moves up into 2nd place. What a start for the young man. Zexa come back down the inside. No, he can't. What a start from Jack Tyler.
Yeah, really clean at the back. Lots of clean racing. No damage for anyone so far. I mean, it's early days, but yeah, great racing from everyone so far. A few position changes here and there, but very clean as we got onto the Mistral straights for the first time.
Yeah, well, Zexa attacking back at Jack now. Be looking to get back up to 2nd, so he maybe catches friend Nino coming down the inside. Jack Tyler can't. Oh, sorry, Zexa can't get the move done, but he's going to get the switch. I'm just going to get the telemetry up so I can see this is where they're both having to push, and could they be going side by side through this fast right-hander? It's very risky on the opening lap, heavy fuel. Will Zexa go around the outside? No, he can't, just not enough front end grip to hold on. We've got Sophie dropping back to 15th, unfortunately, but Zexa does run a bit wide.
Yeah. I said Jack, obviously following each other, the concertina effect, so to speak. But yeah, so far so good. A bit of side-by-side action with Lordy and Dre Bay. Dre Bay around the outside of Lordy for P12, but I think Dre's going to have the high ground and gets the job done, so Lordy loses a position. Yeah,
last time I checked, Lordy was up to 10th, so he's lost 3 positions, and he goes very wide. Oh, it's in a terrible start for the Haas, man. Down at 15, I can't tell if he's got front wing damage. It's a terrible camera shot. Has he got front wing damage?
Yeah, it looks okay to me, but yeah, really bad for Lordy. You know, going from 12th to 15th, his race has already been ruined. As Jack Tyler is helping Nino a treat. Jack Tyler, a bit of a quality merchant, to be fair, his race pace consistently is quite poor. And we're seeing it yet again. A Jack Tyler train with Zexa, Leroy, Blue Mosquito and Powdy on the mediums, waiting to pounce.
Yeah, interestingly, everyone from 2nd all the way down to 10th are all in DRS with each other. Jack runs very wide. And again, he's going to be picking up winners left, right and centre. Going off last week, he'll be rage quitting very soon. And Zexa's got a run, doesn't really have enough straight line speed to go for it here, but I imagine he'll be setting Jack up for what is the next mini straight. Definitely somewhere he can catch out is Jack Tyler, interestingly, cutting that corner massively. And
you can get away with the corner cut there as well. So maybe a few tactics from Jack Tyler. Blue Mosquito and Powdy. Powdy around the outside of Blue Mosquito perhaps. Blue Mosquito with the inside line. Powdy with it around the outside on the better tyres at this stage. The mediums are the better tyre. Powdy can he go around the outside of Blue Mosquito. Keeps his foot in, but he can't. Blue keeps the inside line and the high ground as Jack Tyler is actually catching Nino. Nino's tyres perhaps going off already.
Yeah, the wheel advantage kind of tyre temp is going to be going through the roof for Nino as Jack runs quite deep there.
Yeah, very deep. Interesting lines. People just can't hold tight. So much understeer in these cars on 2019. So yeah, all sorts of action going on with the medium tyres already coming into play.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure if Nino did get a pit warning or something on that. Maybe that's why it hasn't popped up. Or was Jack just quicker? I don't know. As Powdy does get past Blue, it's important for Powdy to get a move on because he has got the 10-second time penalty, and at the moment he'll be dropping all the way down to about 15th with that penalty.
Or was that Oya from last week? Yeah, I was checking. And I think Nino was quite slow on that other lap because Jack's used basically 50% more errs. So I believe the errs is more of the reason due to rather than Nino's pace, because obviously Jack's trying to defend from Zexa and obviously Leroy, who's got 80% of his errs. So yeah, Leroy waiting and looks to be, going to be making a move very shortly, I think.
Yeah, but look at Leroy now. Leroy's got a pounce. He's going to be there. Oh, Zexa with a late dive bomb. Oh my days. Right.
Was it? I didn't catch it, so I was looking behind.
Go on stream.
Through, I think. He's let him through, Leroy.
He had to. He would have had to. It would have been an illegal overtake. Here comes Leroy.
Yeah, Leroy down the inside of Zexa. Should be job done. I think he's got the grip. And Jack goes wide, so Leroy's going to do them both.
Wow.
Stunning stuff from the Irishman. But Jack Tyler is back. Up the inside, Leroy on the outside. And Nino is licking his lips, seeing this all going. Jack Tyler will surely push him wide. And loses the position. Leroy, has to be careful. Yeah, coming back on track. Oh, Jack! I don't know. Jack can't turn. It's just tyre attempts, and they're gonna be side by side. Look at Zexa. Definitely. Zexa's got the experience. Oh no! Oh, we could see 3-1 this straight. This is risky because he's gonna. Oh god! What is going on? Just has to be careful. Zexa don't play. Oh, Zexa! Side by side, round the outside. 1 and 2. It was going to happen, Connor. Luckily, there's a lot of runoff here, so he didn't end up in the barriers. What happened there? Leroy up to second. Jack Tyler third. Powley's now right behind him fourth. So, yeah, Powley's going to be a factor in this race with SSR Phoenix also. Let's not rule him out. Oh, throwing guy in the wall. Oh, that man's always in a wall, honestly. Releasing his inner Sebastian Vettel, spinning around. Yeah. So, anything else going on further down the grid? No, not really. Who gave Alfie mod? Lars and Blue Mosquito. Oh, yep. Sorry about that. Oh, and the Williams. Dre Bay. Oh. So yeah, Lars gets moved on. Blue Mosquito struggling for grip as there's more yellow flag. There's Lordy. Lordy. He looks done. He looks dusted from this race. I don't know what happened.
Could that be a long career coming to an end for Lordy? He's losing motivation every race now. And that's going to be... He's on top. Oh, don't worry.
Yeah, there's Mark. Good evening to Gaming Animondo and Alfie Ole. So yeah, great battle ensuing with Leroy looking to close in on Nino, who sort of managed the pace, managed the gap. And if Nino can just extend the stint to around lap 6, lap 7, he can go on to set up the medium tyres as Exit picks up a time penalty after his cheeky spin.
Yeah, well, Zex's tyres have got to be screwed. It's Frome is the first car into the pits and he's got a 5-second penalty. It wouldn't be a race without Frome getting a penalty.
Drebe on Lars, gets the move done into turn 1, DRS action, the medium tyres are just coming into there and the softs overheated. They look worn, they look done and dusted. The medium tyres are the tyres to be on.
Yeah, just have a quick look. Drebe, big gain up from 14th to 7th. What a start from him. Zex is down 9 places. Corbway up 4. The medium runners are now starting to gain from what seems like a bit of a almost compromising their quality position to be in a much better position in the race.
Yeah, Powdy on Jack Tyler's the next battle. Jack Tyler weaving on the straight, trying to put Powdy off. Powdy will easily get moved on into the chicane. Down the inside on Jack Tyler, Jogger and Powdy. He's in a very strong position today. You know, he's looking to close the gap on Shoaib Zafar, who is absent today for the title. And I think Powdy's looking good for the title for the good result as Lordy is gone done.
Yeah, well, I'm just watching this battle now because Blue Mosquito is going to have to hold off from Giroud. Giroud won't go for a move here. Giroud, one of those drivers who's matured quite well from last season, was involved in this instance quite often. Haven't seen him in the shoulds once this season, so it's good from him. He's going to come down the inside of Blue Mosquito here. We can't get it done.
No, he can't, but he's in a good position to beat these soft cars. As Jack Tyler's doing quite a good job actually. Of just needs to stay in his DRS as there's more. Nino. Oh.
Blue goes deep. Giroud down the inside. He's going to turn to the outside for the final corner. He's going to get it done, is he? Side by side. Corbway fastest lap on lap 6. And he's got it done. Can Blue come back? I don't think he can. But next victim of Giroud's attack will be Lars. Lars and the softs now very worn, overheating. And he runs a bit wide. So really, this is Giroud's time to get past. And look at that, Connor. The 5 of the top 6 are all medium runners. That just shows mediums are the stronger tyres to start on here.
Yeah, and it's mediums for Nino. It'll be interesting to see if Nino does go to the end as Jack Tyler runs wide yet again, struggling on those soft tyres, but he's extending the stint. So we'll have a comfortable medium stint after this. So yeah, SSR Phoenix really needs to get the move done on Jack Tyler. Jack Tyler goes defensive. A little bit of a weave there from Jack Tyler. As Phoenix pretty well outbreak him and make the move, and he does indeed with Corbway showing a really strong pace. Currently in P5 and we'll need to get past Jack Tyler very quickly as Giroud and Lars do a bit of duelling, a bit of battling as Giroud gets moved on Lars. So yeah, the medium tyres, the yellow tyre is just a great race tyre.
Look at Jack, 3% ERS. If Corbway was in overtake, he would have got past Jack, I think. Jack had nothing to defend. It's interesting to see what Paddy can do now. Can he get onto the back of his fellow Irishman?
Yeah, I think Jack will probably be in this lap or next lap. You know, he's really struggling for grip, struggling for as Corbway doing a great job. Yeah, Jack indeed does pit.
Oh, another one. Another one. That's 3 people. 3 people with pitted have all got penalties.
It's a shame maybe people don't practice race running and then do qualifying. Well, but interesting enough that Powdy is now in DRS range of Leroy for the lead of the race with SR Phoenix 1.4 behind. So, you know, the battle for the win is still wide open. I wouldn't rule out Nino, but Leroy and Powdy look to be the favourites for the minute. Yeah,
interestingly, we saw a clone last night, Connor. After about 18 laps, those mediums die. He's got to go 21 Nino to make those work. Close said he was on 80%. This is going to be a big ask from Nino. If Nino's pad right.
Yeah, Nino is pad, as is Jack Tyler.
Yeah, I can't see Nino getting to the end. I really can't. I think he's going to have to go back onto the softs. Too early he pitted. Too early. Yeah. Had to stay out like
and he did have a gap as well, so maybe the win wasn't possible. But if he could stay out a few more laps, pit for the mediums, you know, I think take a bit of pain to get some gain later on in the race. But, you know, we'll see how it all plays out. But Leroy is now extended the gap to 1.1 seconds over Powdy for the lead of the French Grand Prix. And further down, Sophie's fairly close to Blue Mosquito, but not close enough to make a move.
Yeah, well, clearly we know who ties the better now. It's Sophie. She's starting to gain on Blue Mosquito. Sophie doing quite well this season. Got points in most of the races. Was challenging for a podium at a couple races, I believe, a couple races ago. So see what she can do. All over the black and blue. I wonder if Blue will come into the pits at the end of this lap. Got to him and Lars, only cars out there on the softs now, and they really are dropping like flies. And you know what? Sophie's got a much better run, but Sophie's going to be smart and not launch one down here like maybe some naive drivers will do. Blue completely misjudges the pits and slows down just in time.
Yeah, they do indeed. So the soft guys are now out of the way. Is what these mediums guys can do. Will they do medium to hard, or will they do medium to soft? Medium to soft is certainly what I'd be edging towards, especially if you're starting on a fresh set of medium tyres. Because Nino will be dead. He'll be there for the taking at the end of the race.
Indeed. Well, I think the pit lane loss around here is about 23 seconds, 22 seconds. Nino's got that gap down to about 18 seconds. So this is crucial for Nino's race. He's got to push as hard as he can on these mediums and really go softs at the end, because with these that on worn mediums and Nino on fresh softs, as Jack gets a penalty, sorry about that, Nino could still win this. He's got to make the most of these fresh tyres, man. Maybe Powdy and Jack will start battling, not Powdy and Jack, sorry, Powdy and Leroy will start battling in a minute.
Yeah, and on the last lap, Nino was 1.3 seconds quicker than Leroy, so you know he's got the pace, but it's whether he's got the tyre deg or the strategy to do so. 18 seconds off the lead. Will he have to pit again? Can he get to the end? And will Leroy and Powdy go for the softs at the end, as Leroy's race pace isn't quite as strong as his quality pace with Powdy back in DRS range?
Yeah, indeed. Well, there seems to be certain parts of the track where each of these drivers are gaining on each other. It seems to be sector 3, Leroy's gaining on Powdy. In sector 1 and 2, Powdy's gaining on him. And due to Leroy's such good pace in the final sector, he's getting himself out of the DRS, so Powdy can't gain because of it. It's really going to start struggling, or annoying Powdy, sorry. I don't really mean to say struggling. It's going to annoy him.
Powdy really needs to get into that DRS range so he can cling on, just stay with Leroy and just pull each other along from Phoenix and Coreboy. But yeah, Nino has got the lead down to 17.6 seconds, so it's going to keep on coming down. But when they got on those soft tyres, or perhaps even hard tyres, you just don't know what strategy people will opt for.
Indeed, as I said, 17.4 he's flying. Going to come out about 6 seconds ahead, I say. And we're being 6 seconds ahead. Maybe a bit more, maybe about... time death didn't end about 10, I'd say, maybe. He can really make this two-stop work.
Yeah, he can indeed. So let's see how it's all going to play out. But yeah, Powdy really needs to get into DRS range. Further down, everyone else is sort of static. No one in DRS range of each other, so, you know, a bit of a breathing point like there was in F6 as the strategies just play out, and when they make that next pit stop, that's when the race will just fire up towards the last, let's say, 7-8 laps.
Yeah, indeed. Well, I've got Neon saying two stops slow, but do you remember, Connor, last night, who was it? What's his name? Rowan done the two stop, and I reckon he could have still caught up. He was going quite quick at the end compared to the cars. I reckon another 5 laps and he could have actually caught those guys. So you get the pace. Oh, Paddy goes very deep. He's gone to pit really early.
He's gone for hard then. So yeah, Powdy not confident in the strategy as Leroy does a 35.5. So yeah, Leroy's trying a little bit more pace on that lap, setting some consistent lap times, and the Ferrari mechanics weren't ready on my screen, but they are ready really. So hard tyres for Powdy. He's going for the safe, solid strategy. He wants probably just a nice comfy podium or comfy good points.
Yeah, what do you say? Leroy set a 35.5.
Yeah.
Neo's done a 34.6, 9/10 quicker than that. This man is flying, and he's getting. He keeps doing this. The gap is now 16.5 seconds. He's gonna make this work if he's gonna go for this two-stop. I think if he keeps. So if he keeps penalties low, he definitely has a chance of making this two-stop. Well, I really don't know what's gonna happen, Con. He's pushing too hard to make these last whole 20 laps, I feel.
Yeah, I do agree. Certainly in the high leagues, people are pushing harder, a lot more aggressive setups than people in F7. So, you know, the tyres will wear out quicker, a lot more sliding, a lot more action, so to speak. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, Nino spending the pits as well, didn't he? As Prime was just pointed out. So, really,
Yeah, something like that.
it's kind of shut me down. What I was going to say, he needs to hope Leroy picks up penalty. I'm just going to check Leroy's warnings real quick. Leroy has got 2 warnings, so really if Leroy gets a time penalty and Nino doesn't, it's only 2 more seconds he has to gain, really, than what he needs. I really don't know. Oh, Leroy reacts. Never mind, he's going hard. Cowboy as well. What? Why are they pitting so early?
Yeah, interesting. No one believes in the medium to soft strategy. That's what I'd be going for. If I'm Phoenix or Drake, just stay out, mate. Just stay out. Fuck the hards. There's no point. You're not going to beat Nino by going on hards. Very strange. I don't really understand.
Well, Phoenix, I think, is bringing himself in contention, Connor. I really do. He's just set a PvP set the one. He's managing his ERS perfectly. Was it Phoenix who had a race ban last week?
Yeah, he did. He killed everyone at Spain. So,
what a return! Yeah. What a return!
Yeah, and just look, Nino is miles clear of those guys who've gone on hard. Like Cowboy is what 14 seconds behind Nino. Like, yeah, Nino is doing a great job.
I still think, Connor, there's going to be. I don't know. I feel like there could be rain. That's why they've pitted so early. There might be rain towards the end of this race.
I'm not sure, but I'm very surprised. I hope Phoenix and Dre stay out and go for the soft tires personally. I think it's a strategy I want to see what it can do. Especially Phoenix, he's got really decent pace. What times is he doing? Yeah, you can see his PB on the lap with Phoenix, so 35.4. So yeah, Phoenix should stay out and go for the softs. No, he doesn't. Oh. He picks as well. They all want hards, mate. They don't want softs.
Dre's got to stay out, surely. Jay, oh, never mind. Ferrari guys just lagged out. I wonder if that's a bit of front. Oh, his car's just invisible for me. Never mind. He's got no damage. Like poo into
Giroux's in as well.
Dre staying out. Dre, please go for the ultimate strategy.
Yeah, I think at this rate, I can see, even though with this penalty, I think that as penalty I'd go for a Nino win, but with this penalty, quite hard to say.
Yeah, well, 6 seconds is the gap. I just want to look at that gap now between Leroy and Nino. It's literally 7 seconds. I don't know. I really don't know.
But the only thing we can say is that Leroy will be fast from now until the end of the race, and probably will catch him if Nino doesn't go out to the end. So I think Leroy probably still is the favourite, but let's not rule out Nino. Shame about his penalty because he would have had a good chance on a 2-stop without it.
Yeah, well, one thing I can say, Connor, if Leroy does get on the podium, don't expect us to be out of here anytime quick, because he will be in these podium interviews as quick as he can. So, see what you can do. I'm on board with Powdy, who's interestingly behind Jack Tyler.
Yeah, and we're just awaiting set to time escape just to see what Leroy can do on the hard. So we'll give it a lap or two just to see what Leroy can do on those hard tyres. But yeah, interesting to see how Powdy can negotiate the feisty Jack Tyler.
To the outside. I'm sorry if you hear barking in the background. And Jack, you can't get past him. With this 10-second penalty, he's going to drop out the points. It's not what he needs. Well, he's just, no, he's going to stay 10th. Stays 10th.
Dre's now in. 35.0 for Nino. What can Leroy do in response? 35.0 as well. So it's very even now between the medium hard tyres.
Gap is 7.2. I think, I don't know. He needs Leroy to get a time penalty, really. I reckon he can sit with the gap a little, save the tyres. 14 more laps. And no, Tom, I won't do such thing. I won't do such a horrible thing to someone, Tom. Quite mean.
Yep, so Powdy looking to make a move on Jack Tyler for P4. Powdy really needs to get the move done. He looks faster at the minute. Jack Tyler looks to be holding him up slightly.
I feel like there's going to be a bit of contact between Jack's aggressive defending and Powdy's recent performances. Being a lot of contact for this man. He's got to try avoid it this week to try not get another penalty. If he gets another one, he's pretty much thrown away the chance of getting it back at Schweb. But here he goes, round the outside into the fast right-hander. Jack versus Powdy. I see Powdy round the outside. Jack still holding on. Side by side, there's contact. There's contact. Oh, it's naivety. Lots of naivety. He's round. Get
Yeah,
out of his way.
I'd say Jack got what he deserved there, to be honest.
Joined the track quite
When,
dangerously, Connor.
yeah, he did. And I thought he just drove into it. I'd have to watch it again. But Jack Tyler, I think, was a little bit naive.
What is he doing? What is he doing? He's going slow. And I think, Connor, we might have a quitter.
Yep, no one likes a quitter, but Jack Tyler looks done and dusted. And Nino with 35.0 on the last lap. What did Leroy do in response? Leroy did 34.9, so the hard tyres are warming up. They're heating up. So the hard tyres are a good tyre. And Jack Tyler is done.
No, no chance of a safety car from that. I'd love to see a safety car to just throw a lot of strategies into contention. Frome gets a penalty, a tradition from him. He keeps it going. See, battle for 7th between Zexa, Giroux and Drake. Giroux in Williams sandwich at the moment. Could you see maybe a bit of tactics here from Zexa to hold him up so he can allow his teammates to get onto the back of him and get through? Just gotta see. Giroux has to get this move done as the gap is still 7 seconds between Nino and Leroy. It's really even between these two. But here comes Giroux, side by side into the fast right-hander. We saw Powdy and Leroy do it last lap. We're going to see Giroux come down the inside. Zexa goes off. And Dre had a little look there, possibly going down the inside, but he can't get it done. The two Williams, 8th and 9th.
Yep, and obviously look at the guys who started on softs, Flying Throne, Blue Mosquito, Lars was really out of it. So on the softs didn't happen. This wasn't the way to go.
Yeah, what are you on about, Connor, in the chat?
Read Woman's comment from earlier.
Where?
Scroll up.
Oh,
So yeah, Leroy now in DRS range of Sophie.
Sorry.
So yeah, Leroy closing in on Robot Sophie, F1 Sophie.
Oh, Leroy, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, Leroy using DRS on Sophie. Sophie going defensive. Leroy activating the DRS and surely will make the move on Sophie. Well, P2, Sophie relinquishes the position just. Didn't really give him a wide berth, but decent enough.
Great braking from Leroy there to get that car slowed down. Really good, but if that, I'm gonna say, if that was no ABS, expect to see him going straight on. But the power advantage of ABS that allowed him to stay
I do
there.
agree profusely. So Giroux, Zexa and Dre Bray's now the mix. Dre Bray using overtake, so he's going to be looking very feisty into this next corner a little.
Oh, Drebe, sorry, yeah, who's going to him? He's all over his teammates. Surely we'd see a bit of team orders, maybe get a Zexa out of the way. Two completely different strategies, and Zexa's no way going to the end, is he? Well, he has a chance, but I don't know. I don't think he can go to the end. There's Sophie Pitts.
Quite early for a set of softs, but she's confident of getting the job done.
Who said it could be soft, Connor? It could be the mediums. It is the
It
mediums.
is the set. Yeah. At least she's not done a JDZZ bot. Even later for mediums.
Yeah, well, the battle has to be for 7th and 8th between Giroux, Dre and Zexa. See what Jay can do. Now he's getting held up by his teammate, and hopefully Dre doesn't get involved in another collision like he has been in PSGL.
We don't want to see any more rubbing. There's children watching.
Yeah, indeed. Well, Giroux did have a bit of a lag spike there, so could be underway and lagging out the session. We just don't know. But here comes Zexa, not Zexa, Dre, sorry, on his teammate. Just look at that. He's got no straight line speed. Can't go down the inside either.
Yeah, and Zexa not really. If that was game, I probably would let him through. So Zexa and Dre obviously aren't really that close and don't want to let each other through. So interesting scenes as Flying Pro 9th, last 10th, Sophie 11th. It's not really worked out for these guys. Blue Mosquito as well had a really good race in Canada. Struggling a little bit for pace round forward. Lecard as the top two are set by 7.4 seconds. As there's a bit of a wide berth as Giroux is disconnected, I think.
Where
Oh no, lagging a little bit.
Yeah, we've got hello to Mad Dog in the chat. Welcome
Yeah,
to
and
the
to
thing.
BSR Blizzard, the reigning F1 champion, with only 4 points.
I still have faith
Dre,
Blizzard will pull it back.
yeah, whip out the pad. Dre Bray in a
No.
4 for his airs. Zex also deploying the overtakes. They're both using a lot of airs to defend from each other. Claire Williams is letting her boys fight.
Yeah, Claire's letting them fight. However, Dre weaving on the straight, trying to indicate, get out of his way. He's quicker than him. He's going to go down the inside. And Zexa still holds on, but Dre's going to go around the outside. Terrible camera angle. He's going to turn to the inside over here. Zexa's going to be off the track. Yes, he is. And Blue's getting a penalty, but good move from Dre.
BSR Blizzard telling us to shut up. It's like Blizzard, I've only got 2 more points than you, so
Don't rip out the pad.
It's tough times for all of us.
Never say that pad comment again, Connor. I don't want to drop down another position.
Well, you might give Louis and Jay something to think about.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see a fight between Louis and Blizzard. We never really got to see it last game because either Louis was among, or Blizzard just had everyone on pace.
Exactly. So yeah, Dre Bray now closing in on Giroud. Dre got 1 lap pressure hard times, but yeah, Dre, to be fair to him, has shown some decent race pace after starting at the back.
Yeah. And Tom... Abdullah Ratan might have to come out in a minute, Tom. But anyway, let's watch Dre on the back of Giroud. Him and Zexa be looking to possibly make their way up as a team to 6th and 7th and push Giroud down. But it's going to be hard with lag. Giroud has been lagging, as he said, Connor. And look at that, no straight lines being on Dre's end. Not catching that much.
Yeah.
See, is that it? Drew runs wide, in fact, so Dre looks like a lot smoother driver at the moment. He didn't have a great quality, but he's having a really good race. I do believe he started to take the position change up. Wrong one, wrong one. There we are. He started 14th, ends out up to 7th, and could be 6th. Oh my god, this terrible work in this with the broken D-pads.
Yep, I do agree profusely.
Here he comes straight. Slipstream, DRS, he can't launch that. You can hopefully get a better run out of here. Giroud with 35% ERS, he puts it up into high ERS compared to Dre, also in high. So none of them attacking. We got Blashoff behind Sophie. And interestingly, they are catching Corboy, so could be more points on offer here. Corboy doesn't seem to have the pace on these hard tyres. Interestingly, Nino's still going. Got to go another 9 laps on those tyres. It's going to be a big ask. Do you reckon he'll make it to the end?
Yeah, and if he does pit, he'll be coming out basically in 8th. So I don't think it's worth it. He should just stay out to the end. I think he'll keep 2nd at least. That's what I'd say.
Yeah, we got Jack saying in the chat he's way too slow for this league. What's your opinion on that, Connor?
Yeah, no, I don't agree. I mean, I think Nino is just a bit too fast, and Leroy as well. To be fair, I think that of those two is probably a little bit closer. I think Jack just needs to stop qualifying on the softs every race and do some bull strategy. Same with Lars, Blue and Throne, to be honest. The strategy choices aren't going on softs isn't smart in the long run. You know, you should just start on a harder tyre and play the race from there. A bit like what Sophie and Dre have done. You know, they're just using a bit of a better strategy. It's not about doing qualifying pace, it's about getting the best strategy to set you up for the race, and I don't think people do that. Qualifying on the softs, it doesn't work when you've got quite average pace.
Yeah, well, you seen last game with a certain retired Cliffy. Started the back, harder tyres, most of the time come through the pack, the harder tyres. It's a better strategy to go around most tracks these days. So
yeah, I do agree. I do agree, and also obviously, you know, F5 is actually full despite the poor turnout, and I don't really want to be moving people around. I think everyone here deserves to be here and should be here. We've seen like Blue struggling this race, but last race he was very quick and competitive. So every track is different, and every track suits different drivers. So just get on with it and stop crying. You don't see me crying to move down, so you know, don't cry.
I think there's a reason for that, Connor. I think there's a reason.
Yeah, Giroud struggling.
Corboy struggling as well.
Yeah, a little bit of rear end action in the last sector from Giroud with Dre Bay right behind Dre Bay. As I said, keeps showing some great race pace on these hard tyres. Very consistent and looks a lot faster than Giroud, to be honest. Pushing him around the final corner. Needs to overtake him, I think, here. Maybe not, because Giroud's got DRS as well.
Let's see. Side turn 1. Williams versus McLaren. Giroud covers that off very nicely. And Dre can't get past. It just seems like Dre don't have enough straight line speed for me, to be honest.
Yeah, Dre. But Giroud did have DRS, so I think when Giroud's out of DRS, Dre can pounce. As Leroy's got the gap between the top two to 6.2 seconds, but obviously Nino with that 5-second time penalty. Looks like it's going to be Leroy's day yet again.
I don't know, Connor. There's still a chance for Leroy to get a time penalty. Anyway, here comes Dre on Giroud. No DRS for Giroud this time. The McLaren saving energy. Down the inside, nice and easy. Corway lagging a little up ahead. And he's going to get the move done up into P6. And he's got a terrible run, has Giroud. And this could allow a chance for Zexa to possibly get a chance through. No, he can't. We've got Sophie getting past what has been a terrible race for the old man of PSGL. Flying throne. Dropping further and further back.
Yeah, and he did finish on the podium last week, so you know just how quick it changes depending on the track.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have a look at Nino here, coming out of the final corner. Really, what's he gonna be setting? It's still 35 dead, to be fair to him, Connor. But here comes Leroy. What's Leroy gonna do? Time is 34.8, so only 2 tenths as Zexa gets past Giroud. Don't know how that's happened and where it's happened. Fair play.
Yeah, fair play indeed. In terms of fastest lap, it's actually Nino, the fastest lap at the minute, on a 34.2. So maybe we'll see people pit later on for the fastest lap. I don't know, but Nino's got it at the minute.
Indeed. Well, I'm just watching Dre all over the back, all catching Corway. Corway seems to be struggling for pace in these hards. Just don't know what's going on. Dre could get a very good 5th, and if he gets this 5th place, he definitely will be my driver of the day from 14th on the grid. Good drive from him so far.
I do agree completely. A very decent strategy. He's got the freshest hards of anyone, and you know, that's what the benefit of not starting on the soft tyres in like 6th or something. You know, you can just run your own race. Good tyres.
Yellow sector 2.
Giroud.
Oh my god, I thought it was Nino. Spinning around. Don't rejoin the track dangerously. He's going to join just behind Throne, I do believe. Yeah, I had maybe just a loss of grip. But interestingly, Nino's still. Oh wait, my pads work. Connor, it's happened. My D-pad's working again.
Wow, what a day! What an occasion!
Yes, beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful stuff. As it's 6 seconds, basically 1 second in theory between the top two, due to Nino's penalty due to corner speeding, but both of them have no time penalties for corner putting. So. Impressive stuff.
I sense one coming for one of those drivers. I think Leroy's going to get a time penalty in the next couple of laps. If Nino could keep the pace up. Leroy hasn't caught this lap. He's lost a little, in fact. I believe, because it was. Let me just check those lap times again. Nino set a 34.5. That's mega. Whereas Leroy set a 34.5. So they're. Oh, that is mega from Nino, to be honest.
Yeah, Nino driving beautifully, but those tyres will fall off at the end of the race, and that penalty is just going to cost him in the end, I think.
It's going to be close, Connor. It's going to be really close. Powdy at the moment is going to drop behind. It's going to be close between him and Zex, so he has to push. I think he'll get 6th Powdy, which would be decent to cut into the gap, but after this race, we're going to see Leroy and Schweb tied on points.
Yeah, I do agree, but it's good to see 2 of the youngest talents in the PSGL leagues, you know, just fighting out for a victory. Nino, only 14, Leroy, only 11. So,
oh, Corway. Sorry. Corway almost went off. I'm not sure if he streamed that, losing the car. He's going to be side by side with Dre, and he can't get it done. Nino only 4. I thought Nino was a lot older than 14, Connor.
No, that's what I heard. That's what I've been told. I've spoken to him a few times, played a bit of pro clubs with him. So, yeah, I do believe that is quick pace.
Wow. Leroy's gained a bit on this lap, though. Now down to 5.6. It's going to be close. I reckon Nino needs Leroy to get a time penalty to make it a little bit better for him. If he gets a time penalty, he only needs a 3-second lead. It's Nino.
Yeah, I do agree. Profusely, Leroy currently has 2 warnings, so and he is pushing hard. Leroy's lap times have been very consistent. 34.5, 34.6, 34.7. So yeah, great laps there from Leroy on those hard tyres. 5.4 is the gap. Powdy looks set for 3rd place, but he's obviously got about 10-second time penalty, hasn't he? So it's going to be maybe SSR Phoenix back from his race ban, returning to the podium with a great drive.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Leroy took another 3/10 out of Nino this lap. I think pushing it this hard might cost. It was Jai Fletcher won F3 by 15 seconds, Connor. Apparently.
Oh,
No
very impressive
way.
And very impressive there from Jai Fletcher. Obviously, didn't really show any pace in F2, putting a marker down in F3, which is a surprise, but fair play to Jai Fletcher. Maybe he was sandbagging all along to move down. I don't know.
He's got what he's wanting. He's happy where he is. That's the main thing about it. I think it was better for him to move to F3. He'd be a lot happier to get away from certain people such as Tom McElhatton. Yeah, well, Giroud passing Frome. It's getting miserable for Frome now. He's been passed by someone who's spun on his tyres.
Yeah, I do agree. Giroud, P10, Frome P11. Oh, Giroud 9, Frome 10, Lars 11. Blue Mosquito really struggling around here. But to be fair, I think the fastest lap is up for grabs between a lot of drivers. S off reading is only a couple of tenths off, so maybe he can back off and can use a lot of theirs to go for the fastest lap. Leroy as well, I think, could be one to watch in the latter stages.
This is going to go down to the wire. His tyres must be screwed.
And it turns out Jai won by a second, not 15, which is good to see.
Yeah, that Tom trolling us both as Leroy's on a P&B set the 1. And that gap is now 4.9. All he needs to do is run a little one. I'm just going to ride on board. Oh no, I'm not going to ride on board with Leroy. I'm going to watch Dre because Dre is catching Joe. But interestingly, Joe's going to get DRS from the lagged out CPI Ferrari guy. It's going to save him just a bit. Oh. Will he get DRS? Yeah, he does.
But Dre's straight on speed is mighty.
And he's going to get the move done into turn 8. No, he's not. Joe holds on. I got a terrible camera angle there. Bit of lag from Joe's end. And all we need to see now is a bit of a lag crash and it'll just ruin it.
It would indeed. So yeah, Leroy looks set for the victory. Dre and Corboy. Can Corboy get the move back up the inside? Oh, nearly a bit of naivety. Zexa's also there. I forgot about Zexa. He's still going strong in P7.
Yeah, a lot of lag though, Connor. It's becoming a lag battle. Who can lag ahead of each other? It's going to become wow.
As Leroy sets the fastest after the Grand Prix, as I said, one to watch, but to be fair, Corboy is from Ireland, rural Ireland, whilst Dre is from Canada, so it's not a surprise.
Yeah, it's not the best. It's not the best, Matt. Two to be fighting each other, different sides of the world. Well, to be fair, Dre's much really different side of the world to most people in this division. But anyway, oh, that looked late from Joe, from what I saw there. And Zex gets a penalty.
Yeah, and Leroy. Yeah, Nino's tyres are done. Leroy doing everything he can to get that victory, but I think all Nino can do is probably secure P. Well, he will secure P2 pretty comfortably because of Howley's penalty, assuming he doesn't get a puncture. So what else is going on? Dre Bray, Zexa, even Sophie's closing in slowly. So all to play for. Corboy goes defensive. Dre using the DRS. Bit more lag as well, little, which is what we want to see on our screens on a Sunday evening.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Drake.
Oh, Lars, what? Launched it, nearly hit into Frome. Naivety, and he got a penalty, deserved. Yeah, I mean, Nino's pace has been amazingly consistent, still doing low 35s, but yeah, his tyres are gone compared to the hards. The hards are the faster tyre. And you're right, Lickle.
Yeah, I was just reading through the F1 chat, mate. Don't know what's going on.
Oh, okay.
Literally put in a very high intensity message. I thought he could have got a penalty in ILR, which could have made me a bit happier, but no. isn't more of his AOR business.
No, well, I guess it was a work in progress. I think the only thing that can stop Leroy from the win is picking up a time penalty. So Leroy just has to be very careful. A time penalty will cost him the victory as it stands. And it could happen on the last lap.
I do agree profusely, Connor. 3.4 seconds is the gap. All we just need to see is one little cut from Leroy. One little cut or one little extension. And it could be his race. Nino has to push in this last lap. But will the tyres allow him? He's got 20 lap old mediums on. Or it's going to be 21 lap old. I can see a puncture coming this lap. I really do.
Yeah, so yeah, a time penalty would put the gap at 5.7 seconds. So yeah, Leroy certainly, even with a penalty, probably will take the win just, but it certainly will make him sweat a little bit more should he pick up a time penalty in this final lap as Nino rounds the final corner for the penultimate time. And he looks on course to be finishing second due to his 5-second penalty due to pit lane speeding.
Yeah, but he's going to be kicking himself if he loses this. But Leroy will be taking the lead in the championship as it stands. He comes down to turn one. I'm just going to watch him on this lap. Ooh, just about within track limits. Just about. He really is becoming closer and closer. Keeps it well within there. So Leroy is looking good for getting the win, unless he makes a little mistake on the exit of this corner. It goes wide. He's being called. I thought he was going to lose it there.
Yeah,
Testing me. See, he hasn't got long left to do. It's still a battle for P6. I just want to see Leroy to this corner. Find that. As Phoenix gets past Powdy. Phoenix is overtook Powdy. And Leroy looks all good, but now see Dre and Joe. Frome gets another penalty. This man, penalty merchant.
Yeah, Powdy's penalty will actually put him behind Trade Ray at the minute, so he really needs to get a move on. It's going to be tight.
It's going to be really tight. Dre has to get the move done. I don't know about time penalties either, but I'm going to have to switch my attention to the current race leader, Nino, 21 lap on mediums. He's going to cross the line and lead. Only thing that's going to allow him to win now is a Taze Leroy penalty, which looks highly, it looks very unlikely, Connor. Just going to see Leroy lagging, but oh, yellow sector 3. Who is it?
It's Puncture, is it?
Don't know.
No, I don't know.
Oh, Powdy! Powdy, wrong way round.
Okay. Well done to Leroy, who takes the win at Nino. Phoenix will be coming home in third.
Yeah, Phoenix third.
Oh.
Well done, Phoenix. Great lap. Powdy, after that mistake, is going to drop back. What a disaster.
10 seconds on his time, which will put him down to 6th.
Sixth.
Yeah, 6th.
Oh, no, maybe not.
Get it. Sophie gets 6th.
Sophie gets 6th, then, yep. What an effort from Sophie.
Good effort from Sophie. Once again, no penalties. Put her right up there. Flying throw. Would he get a point? No. Lars gets the final point.
Blue Mosquito finishes in a miserable P. Did he jump ahead of him? But I'll say about P12. P12 for him.
Yep. So Leroy with a big win to take the lead of the F4 Championship, and he's found great pace, but Nino as well, really impressive, showing on those medium tyres level. Good data for tomorrow, I think.
Good data indeed. It's really good effort from him to take those 21 laps. But my driver of the day, Con, I've just skipped the podium by mistake. I just wanted to see thing, but my driver of the day I think has to go to Drebe. So I'm 14th to 5th. What a drive from him.
Yeah, I do agree. The top two are outstanding, but I think SSR Phoenix deserves a lot of credit as well. Very mature, solid response from him to get no penalties as well. And the fastest lap, so 11 points for Phoenix.
Yeah, Dre actually moves up to 4th, actually, Connor, because of the penalty for Powdy. What a drive from Dre, 14th to 4th. He's my driver today. But here's your race winner. Taze Leroy first, Nino second. Good drive from both of them. Third, Phoenix, very mature drive. Powdy 4th will drop down to 7th. 4th, Dre. 5th, Corboy. 6th, Sophie. 7th will be Powdy. 8th, Zexa. 9th, Giroux. And then getting the last point will be Lars. In 11th, we've got Penalty Merchant Frome. 12th, Blue Mosquito. Then we had a disconnected Ferrari guy in 13th. A rage quitting Jack Tyler in 14th. And a very broken man Lordy MK 15th DNF. I'm going to invite the podium now. Leroy, Nino, and Felix. Do you want to start it, Connor, when I've sent the invites? I need to go toilet. Leroy, who else is it? Nino. And who's the last one? Phoenix. SSR Phoenix. Hold up.
Races and also Shrubs Afar when he's back from his holidays, missing next week at the legendary Spa-Francorchamps circuit in Belgium. So we'll just wait for the podium people to join us, and we'll get on with it once we have our podium finishers. So here we are for the podium finishers. Can you all make sure your party settings are like you can allow your voice to be shared?
Always.
Always. So yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
The race winner. It is none other, the youngest race winner ever. Yet again, Leroy. Leroy, I believe you lead the championship now. It was a tough race out there. Were you aware of Nino's penalty? And you know what do you? And you qualify. Were you aware of Nino's penalty? And yeah, just sum up your emotions, I guess.
Well, first of all, yeah, I'm championship winning, and I was aware, you know, finally we were on a party together. Unfortunately, he meant to go on hands, which is obviously annoying for him, but not annoying, not so annoying for myself. But I'm just very happy, to be honest. And you know, this is what I wanted. I'll capitalise the most on Shord, you know, being absent for next 2 weeks, and you know, I'm just seeing what can come of this.
Yeah, and obviously talk us through your qualifying. Like, you know, at 30.4 on the mediums. I mean, me and Lick have done a bit of practice for F1, and we're doing like 30.6s on mediums. So you know, your pace is amazing at the minute. You know, what do you put your like improved pace down to?
Changing the fish. I mean, last game I was on all medium traction, but now I've changed them on manual and noticing, so I think that's the main thing.
Yeah, and yeah, obviously keep it up, Leroy. You know, you're really improving, and maybe we'll see you in a higher league very soon. So yeah, moving on to second place. Yeah, thank you, Nicole. We're from Leroy, so we'll move on to Nino. We can go back to Leroy at the end, but yeah, Nino, the Welsh wizard, P2 today. The penalty into the pits cost you, but you know your
Very
pace was
disappointed.
Yeah, sum up your emotions, and obviously that moment where you got that time penalty.
Yeah, that was annoying. I was a bit annoyed by that. Then going into the pits, they chucked me on the mediums, and that just went from bad to worse. So I just tried to nurse them home to the end, and yeah, thankfully I didn't get a puncture. But I thought qualifying was quite good. Got pole obviously, so yeah, happy about that. But yeah, not too bad.
Nicole?
Do you think you could have extended that soft stint a little to maybe make that a bit easier at the end? What could you have gone through?
That soft stint, I thought I was going on the hards, so if I had extended the soft stint to maybe like 2 laps, I think I would have had a bit more pace in those mediums. But yeah, as I said, I thought I was going on the hards, and I forgot it was on medium, so yeah, bit annoyed, but yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, and it's similar to Leroy. You're going faster than a few F1 drivers such as me and Connor. How does that make you feel to be quicker than some of the bigger names in the F1 division?
Lee?
That question to both of you.
Because I didn't realize it was me.
Yeah, Lee, but
obviously, I mean, it just shows that new generation is taking over, and you know, old fellas like you, McDonough, Yeah, you're fine.
Well, enough of that. Enough of that. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, well done to you two. Great pace. So let's move on to SSR Phoenix. Yeah, your ace ban, but you know it was good to come back. A very clean and measured drive from yourself. So how do you reflect on that race ban? And you know, how was the race today?
Well, I mean, in Spain when I went into Pool D, I had frame rate issues on my PlayStation. So I was like, never mind. But I mean, pace felt pretty decent this weekend. I got about a couple hours practice. So yeah, felt pretty good. But I knew I couldn't catch Leroy. That kid's way too fast. So I just thought I'd stick for Pool D and see how it ended, and got third in the end because he lost it. So pretty decent, I think.
Lovely. Lico, anything?
Nope.
Lovely, jubbly. So I think we'll wrap it up there. If you're all done.
Yep. Well done, everyone, for the podiums. I'll probably be speaking to more of you again this season.
And less of the attitude, Leroy. Thank you.
Yeah. respect the elders. Respect your elders. Anyway, that has been F4 France. Having Nickel join my big C once again. Thank you for watching, everyone, and good night.